Hey, Shalom, Markin. This is Rikar Makapasha. I'm Jimmy London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chachodash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful word, pushing the truth in all sincerity. Back here with another video, and this lesson will be based around this poster, this advertisement that I saw in my area. All right, this is from HSBC Bank here in the UK, and as you can see here, it's got no home, no address, no bank account, no job, no home. All right. And this all, leads into what they call banking the unbanked. Right. And this all goes into Esau's digital ID, his verification, right? And him heaping unto himself all peoples, to basically give him the mark, you know. Esau wants everybody in the system. Okay, rich and poor, free or bond, right? As the scriptures go, right? And this is the banks are playing their part in this, and they're talking about this vicious circle, this vicious cycle. All right, because you got people out there that are homeless, right? And the homeless is appearing more and more every day. Um, you know, especially in the areas that I live in, we see more and more homeless people out there on the streets, and whether they can work or can't work, or whatever the case may be. Esau doesn't want these people to fall between the cracks, so to speak, right? He wants all their activity monitored, right? And this is why he wants you to have an RFID C-hip implanted, right, inside these people, right? So he doesn't want no one to fall in between the cracks, right? Because these people, they're not working, right? But somehow they manage to get by, right? Things are getting bought for them, or they're begging and getting money and buying, purchasing things and that kind of stuff, right? But none of that can be monitored by Esau. What they're doing with cash or whatever the case may be, however they're getting it, can't be monitored because they're not a part of no system. They're not getting paid by no what we got here called the BACS system, which basically if you've got an employer, you know how it works. They pay into your bank account, but the tax man, the government, they take your income taxes and whatever, or your deductions out before you even get paid. It's paid directly into your bank. You don't see it. Okay? You don't get to see your whole wage. You don't deal with that. You get what's left over. So he can keep track of what, to make sure you're paying taxes and that kind of stuff. But he already wants to monitor everything you do on a micro level, right? That's why the C-hip is important, right? Because everything's going to be connected through the Internet of Things, right? Through the blockchain, right? And so all these little tiny microtransactions, they can be monitored, okay, and be traced and assigned, attached to people that make these transactions, right? So it's important for them to get them in the system, right? And so it sounds like here, that these banks and these corporations or whatever, they care about people being homeless, okay? But the solution is not to home them, right? The solution is not to home them, right? Because in this country, UK, and likely in a lot of different places, right, different countries, there's a housing crisis. There's not enough we're people, but we're bringing in more and more people into the country, but there's no homes for people. So of course there's going to be homeless, right? But the answer is not to, HSB to build more homes. That's not the answer, right? They have a different intention, right? So let's break the vicious cycle. We're working with Shelter, okay, which is a charitable organization, right, to provide a bank account. They're talking about providing bank accounts, right? It says for people experiencing homelessness. So the answer is not to build these people homes. No, it's to get them a bank account so they can go to work and so they can earn a home or pay rent or whatever the case may be, right? So now they can be in the system. You see, they're not trying. It's not like they're trying to help. They're not really trying to help. They're just there forwarding the agenda of new world order, right? Everyone being tracked and traced and watched. Okay, that is only what it is. Banking the unbanked. It's not because they care, because they want to see you in they don't want to see you in a better condition. They don't want to see you in a house. They don't care. They don't really care about that. what they do care is having you on the database somewhere, right? So you can be tracked and monitored. All right. So again, it says we're working with Shelter to provide a bank account for people experiencing homelessness, helping to break the cycle of a financial exclusion. Right. So that's what they decided to do. That's how they decided to tackle it, right? Because out of those, was it 4, right? No home, no address, no bank account, no job. Out of those 4, they thought, let's tackle no bank account, right? Because they can't get a job. What you can have a job without a bank account, cash in hand, but they're not going to promote that because that's not what they want. There's cash in hand jobs out there, you know, but they're not going to, encourage you to do that because they don't want you to do that, you know. No home. Well, they're not going to provide you a home, you know. I believe, I'm not entirely sure about this, but because you got people that are in like hostels and shelters and things like that, I don't think they can use that as a place of abode because it's not fixed, it's not permanent, and I don't think they can use that. So it's not like they can work from those places. So it's not, they're not going to provide them somewhere where they could provide a permanent address where they could get work, or they're not going to do that, right? But they're going to give you a bank account, to have your name down in the system somewhere. Yeah, this devil thinks he's slick, and he is. He is, right? To the majority of people, he is slick. But to us, we know what the game is. We know exactly what the game is. Pardon me. All right. So this is going to be a long video. I've just got a few precepts here. All right. Starting here in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Right. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. Okay. So we're looking at the homeless now, the poor. Right. He wants to get everybody. Right. And so obviously these people that haven't got, bank accounts and, official, residences and that kind of stuff, permanent residences, right? These people, they need to be collected somehow, and so you got HSBC working on that, or other banks, other companies, corporations working on that, right, to provide them with some sort of officiality, right, in a database somewhere. Okay, it's positive IDs, verification that these people exist, right, and that they're making transactions in society. It's all just to monitor it, right? So he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? That's the ambition of the elite, is to get everybody with this micro C-hip, okay? And we know the applications of the RFID, okay, the micro C-hips, man. You got people out here with them in their hands and their foreheads already in this right now, right? Doing these very same things that we're reading about. Okay, it can positively ID you. Okay, it can hold information about you. It can, it can make payments. Okay, you can check your bank account on it. You can do all these different things. You can open doors. You have access to things or whatever, right? You can do all this stuff with it, right? And this is basically gonna be Esau's instrument of control, right? And all this talk about universal basic income, right? Because these homeless people are gonna need it, right? But you need a bank account to put it in, right? The issue is not, let's get them a job. You can't job everybody, right? That's just a fact, right? But everybody can get you universal basic income. They just need an account, right? So, like I said, these companies are working on that to set up that's so that can be done, and these people are gonna, be paid, or get their rations or whatever it is that these governments are going to be offering them, right? All you got to do is have this implant, okay, and that way we can verify you to make sure it's you that's supposed to, that's getting the get the benefits and that kind of stuff, and it's not somebody else trying to act as an imposter or whatever. So it makes it sound like it's all legit, and Esau's just trying to do things properly and all this kind of stuff. But again, it's just his method of control that he's trying to implement, right? Because why, right? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. This is control now, right? Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, because there's not going to be any other method of purchasing anything, right? Your cash is going to be useless, right? Once these banks collapse and they bail in your money and use it to pay off all their debts or whatever, you ain't gonna be left with nothing, right? You're gonna have nothing. Your cash is gonna be zero, right? And anybody that has a stack of cash under their bed or the mattress or whatever, right? It's gonna be worthless, right? Because it's gonna devalue the currency, right? And so this new method of payment is gonna be via this CHIP, via this mark, okay? Which, like I said, these companies are trying to get everybody, signed up on, essentially, right? All right, so no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, verse 4. Right, it says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him." Right, and this is only talking about Esau today. Right, it says, "But the just shall live by his faith." It says, "Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, by his philosophies and his doctrines." Right, he is a proud man. Esau is the most proudest person on the planet, who sees himself as a god of this world. Right. So neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, right? Esau was given the land of Edom for an inheritance, right? But that in itself was not enough for him. He wanted the blessing. He wanted the whole earth to be under his dominion, right? And so he goes around the earth taking that which is not his, right? He can't be satisfied. And it's extreme covetousness he has, the spirit he has upon him is extreme covetousness. Because not only does he want the earth, he wants everything on it. He wants the people. He wants the possessions of the people. Right? Even though he's got far too much. He's got way, way, way more than anybody on the planet, these elites, right? And yet they still want to take the little that you have. Right? And this is why they've got these organizations like WWF talking about, you shall have nothing, you shall own nothing, or how the saying goes, and be happy. Right? They're not happy with you to possess anything. He wants to possess all things, including you. Right? And this is why the CHIP is going to play that role in it, because he's going to be basically dictating who can have what, right, and how much of it, right? And he's got all these thousands of excuses, why he's got to limit what you have, global warming, global climate change, or whatever the fuck, yeah, you need to stop emitting carbon emissions. So yeah, you can't eat too much, right? Because you'll fart too much or some shit. You can't buy cows. You need to get rid of the cows because the cows are farting too much. They're eating too much grass or some shit. So you gotta eat crickets. You gotta eat maggot. You gotta drink maggot milk. You gotta do all this. You gotta do all that. But the elites, they don't have to do shit. They're gonna fly around in their private jets. They're gonna roll around in their Maybachs and Rolls Royces and shit. They're gonna go on their fucking go eat the finest of cuisines around the earth. They're gonna do all the same things that they've always done, more and more, because they got more to divvy up between themselves, and everybody else is gonna be oppressed and basically getting even less crumbs than they were already getting. So extreme covetousness is Esau's spirit. Right? So again, verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Okay, he's not satisfied, he's not ever satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, right? Because this is a global thing that's going on. This whole idea of banking the unbanked, or this positive ID, this digital ID, this is a global thing that's going around the whole earth. So everybody can be in a database, and be identified digitally, and have various things linked to them. That's a global thing that's going on. That's why it's a global agenda, right? So again here it says he gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. It's a global thing, right? So going back here in Revelation 13, it coincides with this, right? It calls it all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or their foreheads, right? Esau looking to get everybody under this system, right? It ain't nothing to do with religion, because they all, getting on board with these systems that are being implemented by these organizations, man, by these corporations. Esau don't give a fuck about what you worship, what you believe. Okay, all he wants is you to take this mark, man, and it don't matter what the fuck you believe, man. You're gonna do as you're told. You want food? Well, guess what? You're gonna have to comply. Or you ain't gonna get shit, right? You're gonna find that your allegiances are gonna be with Esau, as opposed to these false idols that these people are worshiping, because people will worship their belly more than anything else. All right. This is Isaiah 14, and I'm going to read from verse 13 here. It says, for thou hast said in thy heart, this is Esau, right? I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, right? I mentioned that, Esau, sees himself as the God of this world, man, right? He thinks it's his right, to rule over the people and to have all the fatness of the earth, right? As the promise was given to Jacob, right? It wasn't given to Esau. Right, he missed out on that. He was given it for a time period, right, and that time is quickly expiring for him, right. But obviously he wants to keep hold of it, right. So he's doing what he believes is going to enable him to do that, right. And if he figures that if he can get everybody to take this micro Heapeth to take his mark, that this world will remain with him, because basically he would have caused the Israelites to commit the great sin against the Heavenly Father, man, which is going to end up in their destruction. That's what he believes, But like I said, he wants to feel like the Most High, so he wants to continuously monitor people, track and trace, and just micromanage people on a different level, man, a different type of slavery. That's the sort of control that he wants, right? And through his through his technology, through the AI and that kind of stuff, he believes he could do that. Okay. So again, this is for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Right? He wants to see all things. He wants to see, how much he wants to see where you are. He wants to see what you're eating. In fact, he wants to dictate what you're eating. Right? He want to know everything. He want to get real intimate with everybody, man. Clash was saying, would it be good if I knew what you was thinking? I was like, fuck no. No, that would not be good. Being in my fucking head, man. Fuck that. But these devils, they really want that godlike power where he can see all things, physical and non-physical, So I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit, it's like it. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, which is the Israelites, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. Right, that is your ambition. Right, and that's what all these games are about. This is not because you care. It's because you're trying to become that power in the earth. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? Right? Because Esau's been on top of this whole time, and everyone, is walks on eggshells around him, man, because he got the military, man. He got the nukes. He got all kinds of fancy technology, that'll fuck your shit up, man, if you cross him, right? So they've been wary of dealing with Esau in a particular way. They've been pretty much been prey to him, right? It says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, right? Because he's out there creating war somewhere, destroying some shit, destroying some other nation, creating world wars and stuff, right? It's him he's behind all that, right? So that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, even everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Right? That's pretty much what I wanted, right? So he's trying to, obtain what he perceives as godhood in this world, man, by having everybody take this Heapeth, to take his mark. Okay? This is Ezekiel 28 verse 3. It says, I'm going to jump up. Verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, is the pride, right? And thou hast said, I am a God, right? Okay, links with what we just read, right? I am a God, I sit in the seat of God. Because Esau's on top of the world right now. Okay, he's the leading power in the earth. Facts, he is. It says, in the midst of the seas, in the midst of the nations, yet thou art a man. You're still just a man. Yeah, you're on top. Yeah, you ruling over the other nations, but you're still just a man. Even though your heart, it says, though thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, even though you want to become God, or though you think you are God, you are just a man. And the Most High is going to make that apparently clear in front of everybody, okay, when he comes to whoop your ass. All right? So behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from me. This guy, this devil, man, he does too much, right? He's gained great knowledge, right? Good and bad, right? He's gained great knowledge, and he wants that knowledge he wants to have that knowledge of the Heavenly Father. That's why that's why I say he wants to micromanage you, man. He wants to know everything that you're doing, all day, every day, right? And with a C-hip in you and the Internet of Things and the AIs, he can monitor you all day, every day, and everything could be recorded, man. He wants to get real intimate with you, man. He wants to know all things, like the Most High would know all things, right? And this is his way of trying to achieve that, But he's trying to sell it to you like he cares about whether or not you got a home or not, So for thy with thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches, right? Because you've been in power, you've amassed wealth and power and influence in the earth, right? And so you can't just gas, because when you look around, there's no one really on your level. Everyone's trying to be you, and so you're gassed, right? But you're trying to be the Most High, because you're that gassed, right? The Most High going to put you back in your place. So therefore, thus saith the Lord God Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee. So this is for your hubris, right? For your arrogancy. I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. All right, because you're gonna have reached too far. And you come up with all these elaborate plans and these elaborate ways to consolidate power with your new world agendas and all that kind of shit. These world wars that you're creating and the chaos, you want to create in the world, to bring it back into one. You're doing too much, right? And all this is going to backfire on you, okay? Because you're pissing everybody off, including the Heavenly Father, right? Verse 8, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Will thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. All right? So like I said, I'm also going to show to the whole world what you really are. Okay, that's just a proud-ass man. Okay, a mortal. All right? And I should end it with this, right? Just, directly to do with this, right? As if they care about the poor, And it tells you here, these elites, right? These elite bankers, these elite banking families, right? It tells us here in Sirach 13. Let me read from verse 18 here, right? It says, what agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. So you think this is about them caring about whether or not you got a place to stay, a roof over your head? You think that's what it's about? These elites don't give a shit about you or anybody, and to be honest, right? These elites, they're working together to create a world of their design. Okay, and they're changing everything in their, the way they like it. Right? You're not a part of that equation. They couldn't give a shit what happens to you, man. All you need to be is a good servant in that kingdom of theirs, right? And so they're gonna have you updated, uploaded to this new database, this new system, right? And you're gonna play your roles as obedient servants, man. And if you don't, you're gonna be put to death, right? As it tells you in Revelation 13. Let me go back there. Verse 15 tells you that, right? Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, that they want to be a part of the system, they want to be down with it, right, should be killed, right? And so you're going to be looked at as waste. And we know the agendas of the elites. They prefer the numbers to be down, way down anyway. The populace, the human populace, to be way down. Right, so they ain't gonna have an issue with getting rid of you, man. If you don't want to play ball with them, But as long as you have some sort of usefulness, right, you're gonna take his mark and you're gonna, do what he told you to do. All right, but I'm gonna end it there. Lord, this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next videos. Till next time, I say shalom.